You've been inflating your electric vehicle's tires to 32 PSI. This is wrong since the day you drove it off the lot. And it's quietly killing your range, shredding the most expensive tires you'll ever buy, and making a 2-ton machine handle like it's floating on marshmallows. I know exactly what you're thinking. I set them to 32 PSI, the number everyone uses. What's the problem? Everything. That's the problem. 32 PSI is a habit you brought over from your old gas car, and it is the single fastest way to destroy a set of electric vehicle tires. The number that worked for a 3,000-pound sedan is flat out wrong for a 4,800-pound electric vehicle, and the gap between what you're running and what your electric vehicle actually needs is costing you real money on every single charge. Let me show you what I learned after watching a brand new set of electric vehicle tires turn to garbage in under 20,000 miles. I bought a premium set of electric vehicle rated tires, the ones designed specifically for electric vehicles, rated for 50,000 miles. I treated them like gold. I checked the pressure every month. I kept them at exactly 32 pounds per square inch, because that's the number I'd used my entire driving life. I rotated them every 5,000 miles. I did everything a responsible owner is supposed to do. At 19,000 miles, the shop told me they were done. The outer shoulders were worn down to the wear bars, while the center still looked almost new. 50,000-mile tires, dead in less than 20,000 miles. I was furious. The tech rolled one over, looked at the wear pattern, and asked me one question. "What pressure are you running?" I told him 32, like always. He just shook his head. "There's your problem. That's a gas car number. This thing weighs as much as a small truck." That's when it clicked. The pressure that was perfectly fine for my old Civic was starving a vehicle that weighs nearly 50% more. Here's what nobody tells new EV owners. Your EV is heavy, brutally heavy. The battery pack alone can weigh 1,000 to 1,800 pounds, and it sits low and constant all the time, whether you've got passengers or not. A comparable gas car might weigh 3,300 pounds. The electric version of that same car can hit 4,700 or more. That weight never goes away. It is not a fully loaded on the highway scenario like a gas car. It is every trip, every day, fully loaded by default. Tire pressure exists to support weight. More weight needs more air. When you run 32 PSI under all that battery mass, the tire cannot hold its shape. The sidewalls flex and squirm. The center of the tread lifts slightly off the road, and all that weight rolls onto the outer shoulders. The edges get hammered while the center coasts. That is exactly the wear pattern that killed my tires, and it is the calling card of an underinflated EV. So what's the right number? Look at your electric vehicle's door jamb, not your memory. Go look right now. I'll bet money it does not say 32. Most electric vehicles call for something between 40 and 45 pounds per square inch, cold, and a lot of owners have never even checked because they assumed 32 was universal. The manufacturer already did the math on that battery weight. They landed on a high number on purpose. The number is high because the car is heavy, and running 32 in a car that asks for 42 is not a little soft. It is 10 pounds per square inch underinflated on the heaviest passenger vehicle in your driveway. And it gets worse, because tire pressure on an EV doesn't just affect wear, it directly steals your range. Underinflated tires have higher rolling resistance. The soft, squirming tire fights the road, and your battery pays for it. In a gas car, low tires cost you 1% or 2% of fuel economy. In an electric vehicle, where efficiency is everything and every mile of range is precious, the hit is bigger and you feel it constantly. After I replaced my chewed-up tires, I ran an experiment. It was a new EV-rated set, but this time I inflated them to the door placard, 42 pounds per square inch, instead of my old habit of 32 pounds per square ship inch. The results were not subtle. My efficiency went from about 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour up to 3.6 miles per kilowatt hour. That's roughly a 6% improvement, just from air. On a 300-mile rated electric vehicle, 6% is close to 18 extra miles of range on a full charge, for free. Over a year of driving, that adds up to dozens of charging sessions I simply don't need anymore. And the tires? I am 30,000 miles into that set now, and they are wearing dead even across the full width. At this rate, they will cruise past 55,000 miles, while the underinflated set died at 19,000. Electric vehicle tires are not cheap, often $200 or more each, so getting nearly triple the life out of them is hundreds of dollars saved per set. The handling transformed too. Instant electric torque puts huge stress on a tire the moment you touch the accelerator. At proper pressure, the tire is stiff and planted, the steering wakes up, the body roll calms down, and the car finally feels like it is bolted to the road instead of swimming on top of it. Now, before you go pump every tire to 50, let me give you the caveats, because electric vehicles have rules a gas car does not. First, use your electric vehicle's placard as the target, not a number you heard online. The placard already accounts for the battery weight. That higher number is the correct number, not a starting suggestion. Do not second guess it downward to 32 out of habit. Second, never exceed the tire's maximum pressure molded into the sidewall. It will read the words max press 51 PSI. The placard number lives comfortably below that ceiling for a reason. Stay under it, especially since pressure climbs as tires heat up on the highway. Third, check cold and check often. Electric vehicle tires can lose around 1 PSY per month just from normal air permeation, plus another 1 PSY for every 10 degrees the temperature drops. Cold mornings and winter will quietly drain you back down into the danger zone. Check first thing in the morning before you have driven anywhere. Fourth, respect electric vehicle-specific tires. They are built for the weight, the torque, and low rolling resistance, and many use foam liners for noise. If you have them, the right pressure matters even more, because you paid a premium for performance that low pressure throws straight in the trash. Fifth, heavy loads need even more. If you are loading the family and a full trunk for a road trip, bump pressure up toward the higher figure on the placard. More weight, more air. The principle never changes. Now let me kill the biggest myth, the one that lets this damage go on for months. People think the dashboard tire warning light will tell them when something is wrong. It will not. That TPMS light only triggers when pressure drops about 25% below the recommended number. If your electric vehicle wants 42 pounds per square inch, the light will not even flicker until you are down around 31 pounds per square inch. So you could be cruising at 32 pounds per square inch. Like always, driving on tires the system technically considers borderline and never see a single warning. The light is an emergency alarm, not a maintenance tool. By the time it glows, you have been grinding those expensive tires down for weeks. You have to check manually every month with a real digital gauge. Spend $15 on a good one. The pencil gauge at the charging station is junk. So here is your simple action plan. Walk out to your electric vehicle right now and read the door jamb. Whatever it says, that is your target. And I would bet it is nowhere near 32 pounds per square inch. Set all 4 tires to that cold pressure. Drive a few weeks and watch the wear. If the center wears faster than the edges, you are slightly high. Drop 2 pounds per square inch. If the shoulders wear faster, you are still low. Add 2 pounds per square inch. Track your miles per kilowatt hour while you are at it. Proper pressure almost always nudges your efficiency up. Most electric vehicle owners will land somewhere between 40 and 44 pounds per square inch and wonder how they ever drove on 32. So why does 32 stick in everyone's head when it is so wrong for an electric vehicle? 1. Habit. We all carried it over from gas cars, where it was closer to right. 2. Comfort. A softer tire gives a cushier ride, and a cushy ride sells cars on the test drive. 3. Nobody checks. Tires bleed down about 1 pound per square inch a month, so an owner who sets it once and forgets is running 35 in 6 months and 30 a year later without a clue. On a vehicle this heavy, that slow leak is a slow death for your tires and your range. The bottom line is this: 32 pounds per square inch is a gas car ghost haunting your electric vehicle. Your electric vehicle is heavier, hits harder, and lives or dies by efficiency, and it asks for a much higher number on purpose. Run the pressure the electric vehicle's placard actually specifies, and you will get even tire wear, more range on every charge, sharper handling, and tires that last the distance you paid for. The ride might firm up a touch, but the payoff is free range, free tire life, and a car that finally drives the way it was engineered to. If this just saved you from destroying a set of electric vehicle tires, hit that like button. Subscribe for more truths. The auto industry would rather you never figured out. Because on an electric vehicle, proper tire pressure is free range, free miles, and free money. And now you know how to take it.